I think this is a day with a lot of energy, excitement, lot of insights and conversations today. But before I get started, there is one question that I would like to ask. Can anyone in this room live without power, water, or gas? I think we all agree that we can live without AI, but we cannot live without power, water, or gas. And this is where I'll bring the perspective today that how AI is already transforming the energy sector, energy and utilities globally. Because AI has left the screen and it has entered into the physical world, which means this is no longer a software story, but it has become an infrastructure. It depends upon compute, it depends on power, it depends on networks, capital, and governance. And the next era will be won by those who will build all of these five together. And in energy and utilities, the systems that power the world are being rewritten, which means it is happening faster than all of us can imagine. So the real question today is not that can AI work, but the real question is can AI scale, and can it scale in a way that it creates global AI leadership and solve the real world problems, which means solving real world problems or the complexity of the real world problems is not easy because you need trust, you need security and vertical intelligence across the globe with people and AI approach. And in energy and utilities, AI is already massively operating on scale. So here, if you look at this slide, I think this is the impact that SEW brings today, which means 450 utility service providers are across the globe, trust and run on SEW platform, connected by 1.4 billion people across the globe, which means we are empowering 1.4 billion people with SEW.AI platform. Oh, and supported by trillions of transactions, secure transactions globally. So when we are talking about AI, we are not talking about any experimentation. We are talking about solving the real world problem, making the real impact, and making the real transformation. And it can only happen when you bring the whole ecosystem together, which means customers, workforce, and the grid. And I'll take a moment for everyone to experience a video which is really about how we are turning the vision into reality, how we are empowering billions of people across the globe and giving them the people plus AI approach and the vertical AI platform, solving the real world problems. So let's take a look.
The grid is gasping, a lifeline, losing its breath. This is a once-in-a-century turning point. Energy and water are being pulled into a rapid, unstoppable transition. With the rise of AI, e-mobility, the balance is breaking.
It's getting worse out there.
Too many fixes, too many silos. We've tried this before, it doesn't work. The lack of connection is clear. Billions of lives at risk. This is not about a crisis, it's about survival. A fight for the future of families, communities, people. Because energy impacts every home, every business, every life. We cannot stand by, not now. We're in the middle of a massive transformation. Digital customer experience for multiple customer segments. Customer-driven grid assets. Intelligent digital connected workforce. Interconnected AI-driven business experience. E-mobility and distributed energy resources. A new decentralized energy world is emerging. But the solution doesn't have to be complex. There's a smarter way forward. This is where everything changes. It's time to connect, to build what energy and water truly deserve. Connected, intelligent, resilient. In a world of rising complexity, AI becomes the brain. It empowers the grid, and the grid empowers AI. Because as AI evolves, so does its demand for sustainable, reliable power. And in turn, its effect on energy becomes resounding. Adapting, evolving, scaling the industry. Energy shapes AI, and AI shapes energy. But this isn't about replacing people. It's about empowering them at scale. People plus AI coming together to empower lives at the scale only AI can deliver. Touching the lives of 8 billion people to save energy and water. Building a future where AI serves humanity with heart. It's time for vertical AI, purpose-built for energy and utilities, trained on deep domain-specific data. This is our vision turned into reality. With SEW's connected operating system for energy and utility, connecting customers, field workers, businesses, and the grid end to end. Trusted by over 450 global utilities across over 47 countries. This is how we power people, progress, planet. This is how we power what's next.
This is how SEW empowers billions of people across the globe with people plus AI approach. But when we talk about AI, we don't talk about generic AI, we always talk about vertical AI. And that video really depicts that how affordable, reliable services needs to be given to the citizens across the globe and empower them with the digital platforms. And now if we look at this data, it is also important to see that where the world is going. In energy sector alone, $3.3 trillion is being invested in the energy sector across the world, which is the highest in the human economy, human history. And it is also even important to see where this investment is going. One, clean energy transition goals. Two, solar, battery storages, and more importantly, grid infrastructure, so which is huge. So, which means that the industry that is entering into the transformation is now powering the global economy. And what we are also seeing is that industry is at its convergence, which means there is a rise in digitization of the field workforce, there is increase in the customer expectations, increase in the grid demand, and the race of the data transformation. So from our experience, we have learned that there are 3 reasons why it is difficult to scale AI across the enterprises. One, the AI is running in silos, which means there are disconnected use cases. And AI will not scale unless there is a connected ecosystem or unless there are enterprise platforms. Two, there is lack of deep industry understanding, because generic AI doesn't understand how the infrastructure behaves or how the system behaves. And you need solutions, the industry needs solutions that understands the complexity of the problems. And 3, people transformation. Technology alone will not scale, but people do. This is where the combination of the people and AI will, when integrated, can only scale AI. And at SEW, we took very simple approach. Beyond horizontal tools, we asked one simple question: how AI can transform one of the most critical industries in the world, which is energy and utilities? And the answer led us to the 3 simple pillars, which is customer, workforce, and grid. Because with customers, the AI helps in giving the intelligent customer experiences, helping them make more better and informed choices. And thousands of technicians and the technicians and the field workforce, they are operating in the field every day, keeping these services up and running. And for them, AI is helping them give the predictive insights and real-time insights within the field. And third, very importantly, that as the grid complexity increases, AI helps in managing that grid demand and improves the grid reliability. So we are here not to replace people. AI is not here to replace people, but AI is here to empower people. AI is here to elevate people. And like I said, we do not talk about generic AI, we only talk about the vertical AI, because vertical AI understands your system, it understands your domain knowledge, it understands the language that your industry speaks. So no complex frameworks or no complex problems, just two things that we believe in, which is people plus vertical AI, and that is our core philosophy. And this is where we believe that when any customer is able to make informed choices with the help of AI, that is success. Or any field engineer, when they are able to access the real-time information in the field with the predictive insights because of AI, that is real success. And if a utility is able to manage their energy and water more intelligently because of AI, that is success. So coming back to the theme of this, I think, session, which is scaling AI from enterprise adoption to the global leadership, I think India has a very unique opportunity here because from many years, India has been recognized as a global leader in providing the technology services. But the next era will be defined not by services, but by the enterprise platforms, by vertical AI solutions that compete globally. Because 65% of the enterprises still believe on the Indian technology firms. And more than that, when we look at this data, by 2035, India alone will invest over 100 billion in AI-enabled data centers, which means AI will not sit inside the data center, but it will transform the way energy is being generated, distributed, and consumed to billions of people. And when it comes to utilities, 69% of the utilities have already invested in the AI in the last 2 years, while 78% of the utilities are planned to invest in the next 2 years. And if we further go down by region, which is Asia, so 45% of the utilities have already deployed AI solutions, while 80% of the energy sector is planned to deploy in the next 2 years. Now that brings us to the 3 strategic advantages that India has in the global AI leadership, which means one is the unmatched scale. So very few countries in the world today operate on the enterprise platforms, and this is where India has the opportunity to learn, to innovate, and to build the platforms that are very industry specific and that are globally competitive too. Second, deep domain expertise. And we believe that Indian companies are very deeply involved, whether it is the healthcare, banking, or energy sector. And there is an opportunity for India to build and bring that foundation of industry-specific solutions, which is vertical AI solutions. And third, leadership mindset. Like I said, technology alone will not transform, but people do. And leadership mindset is what required, and that will define how technology will be used globally. So as we look at the future, the question will be, will AI scale with people at the center or without them? And we firmly believe in the philosophy of people plus AI. This is our approach where we are building a scalable and sustainable future. And we believe that this approach, when carried forward, massively operates AI helps massively on operating it on the scale. And when we talk about our commitment, not many of you in the room would know about SEW. When we started in 2010, or today in 2026, or 5 years from now, our commitment has always been same, building the vertical AI platform and empowering the customer, workforce, and the grid with a very connected and intelligent ecosystem. And for us, we are not talking about vertical AI today. We have been talking about this since the beginning, since when we were founded. With 14 years of experience, we bring exclusively into energy and the utilities. And there's only the one platform. We are the only organization, only company in the world that is revolutionizing the energy and water with people and AI. 1.4 billion people, we are already empowering, connecting on vertical AI platform with 60% adoption rate across the industry. And 470 utility survey providers are trust and run on our platform across 47 plus countries. This is how AI shapes energy and energy shapes AI, and we believe in the approach of people and AI. And to close, the only last thing I would like to add is that the companies who will lead the next era will be the ones who will be defined by the combination of deep industry understanding, scalable platforms, and people-first philosophy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. People-first philosophy. I love that you're doing that. Thank you very much. We're going to move on with the program. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause again. And SEW.AI is also a great supporter of Indiaspora and the Global AI Summit.